Okay. What's up, you guys? It is me. It is the Rain Vibe. I am cute. I'm sorry, guys. Like I'm like every day. I'm still falling in love with myself. Like my looks, like feeling like even like the ugliest at times. I feel like I've been like finding myself. It's so funny how like in life we can experience so much turmoil, discretion, to the point that you feel like you're cluttered and you've been craving for peace, but through all that discretion, it breaks you down so much so much to the point that you enter that space of peace because it's like fuck it, I feel like that is the peace, that is the goal, that is the momentum, that is the point, that is the purpose of destruction and turmoil, tower moments and tarot speakings. Because when you get to that point of like no return, you are forced to just live. And I don't know what you guys been taught or told, but living life is not like having fun. Living life has been given meaning a meaning that's not true. You may I have thought of living life as like, having fun, having a drink, playing video games. But living life, to be honest, is like being present. Like, you may think you're present, but you're not. 99.9% of the chance of in our lives, we think we are present, but we're not. Being present is like right now in this moment. If you are currently watching me, watching you, we are present, you know? It's because we just don't have a lot going on. We're not listening to music. We're not thinking, cluttering our mind with hardly anything. We are focused on one goal, focusing on one thing at a time. That is being present. That's being consistent, because you are consistently allowing yourself to be in the flow of energy, and you'll put all your energy and attention on one thing. And as you continue to do that, you reap the benefits of it. So if you're listening to me speak, you're reaping the benefits of what I am saying. If I was to give you a quiz on what I am speaking about right now, or what I've said in the last minute or two, you would ace it, because your full attention has been on me, and you could probably answer questions or give like extra descriptions. The point is, when you focus on like a job or a goal, like actually present with it, like somebody, I want to make like $1 million, but it's like, is my mind on making $1 million, or am I thinking about making $1 million and then worrying about, well, how I'm gonna get the bills paid, or am I gonna get into a relationship? Even those little minor thoughts, that train of thought to the $1 million has already been like diminished, because the attention has left. The attention span is so quick to jump off course. And normally, as human beings, we will assume that it's impossible for us to be in the position of focusing straight towards a goal, like a straight line. But really, it's just a conditioning. And I remember in school, I learned about, in psychology class, the difference between conditioned and unconditional. And it's so funny because I felt like in school I was just, my mind was all over the place. I couldn't even focus. So like, but I understand it clear as day now. But I found it very interesting when talking about pets, how conditioned pets would understand certain movements or speeches by the way that they've been naturally taught. But unconditional is something that's already within them. They don't have to be taught that. So they automatically know how to move. Like when it's time to pee, you know automatically to let it flow through your body and piss wherever you want. But if it's conditioned, then you know that when it's time to piss, you need to be in X amount of place to let it go. You don't piss on the floor, speaking about the pet. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So the same thing as for us to humans, it's the same thing as well. We have to look at ourselves. What have we been conditioned to understand and how to operate? Have we even like thought about our own unconditional traits. What is something that we're naturally able to do? Is it to love? Is it to speak kindness? Is it to give wisdom? Is it like music? Like, what is naturally easy for you to do? What is something that you have not ever been taught how to do beyond the, piss in the toilet, or stuff like this. Learn how to breathe. Those are natural. Well, yeah, natural, unconditional. But like, what are some of the things that you guys feel, if you was really get in tune with yourself? What are some of the things that you like can naturally do? You know. And I feel like really that breaks down. If you were to actually think about that, like how I'm doing right now, it really breaks down to like the core essence of who you are as a human being, to the point that you realize you're not really special, but you're just like each and every one in the whole person in the whole entire world. Because if breathing is natural, if thinking is natural, all those things also being unconditional, love has to be unconditional and natural as well. Because as soon as we are out the womb, we are already looking for love and affection. So, okay, I can't find anything else that would be natural or unconditional at such an early age. So let's use those examples. Breathing. We know how to breathe through life, through situations, how to calm our own emotions, how to relay our messages without like up-rallying ourselves or others. We know how to speak. You don't, even as a child, you don't even need, thank God for parents and, the village or whatever, people in the town helping kids as they grow up to speak in words that we can clearly understand. But let's say that child never learned how to speak. The child is still speaking. That is something also unconditional, natural trait. Speaking. Everybody does it. Everything does it. Plants, trees, same thing. Animals, us as babies, Google Gaga, but that's still a word. That child is still perceiving itself as speaking words that can be understood by other people. You ever saw this? Like two babies, ever heard two babies communicate with each other? They're not saying real words, but I promise you they understand in the way what the other is saying. And they can communicate, they can play. And the whole time we think it's cute, but it's like, wait a minute, let's treat it like a little science experiment. They're communicating. They could be having fun or whatever. It's like they understand each other. Or like this, two special eds, because I've seen this before, communicated with each other. We don't understand naturally what they're saying because they're in their own way. They're in their own deficiency. I don't want to offend nobody. I have no problem with nobody. If you know me, you know that. But in their own deficiency, they communicate with each other and they understand. I saw this before in middle school, and to the point that they was communicating, they was like about to fight. But what was funny about the situation is that they, of course, because they wasn't always enemies, they was friends afterwards, just something silly. But the point is that they were communicating the whole time, where if they was communicating to me, I wouldn't understand. I would just assume, or I have to pay very close attention to understand what was being said. But it was so fluent between them. You could sense that, you can tell that from a third person point of view. So the point is communication, all around is acceptable, is natural, is easy to understand. So we have the ability to breathe. I said that, number one. We have the ability to speak, number two. And without breathing, we couldn't speak anyway. And love. So if there wasn't any love, there would be none of us at all. There wouldn't be sex. There wouldn't be the child. So it's funny how everything I'm teaching myself as I'm talking. You guys will definitely understand that as time goes on. But it's funny because I said the 3 unconditional things: breathe, speak, love. If there is no love, there is no birth. Who can have sex to make a baby? Who would even want to have a baby without wanting to like treat that baby with love? So you can't love, like you can't do it. Even people who claim, get together and have a baby and don't treat the baby right, or they say, oh, this baby was an accident. Well, how did the baby even come into fruition in the stomach? You had to have sex. You had to, love was in there somewhere. Maybe it was a love for sex. Maybe not the person, but love for sex. Love for the dick. Like, it doesn't matter. It was still there. So we got that. Love, air, breath. That had to be there before even the parents to be living. Like, in speaking. Even the Bible, it says, in the beginning was the word. Like, these are things that are, like, common. But, of course, going through this life, cluttering, we have all these attractions to distract us and everything. And not that they're, like, detrimental, but it's like, if you really want to find yourself and be at peace with who you are in the present, you're going to have to shut out all that chatter. And I prayed for that for so long, to the point that I didn't even know I was praying for that, because again, and I have to quote the Bible again. So many great metaphorical texts in there. But in the Bible, it says, the plans that we have in our hearts are like, we have so many wishes, but it's the Lord's plans that are prevailed. So it's like, meaning we can have so many thoughts of what we want to do, who we want to be, what we want to say, but at the end of the day, and we know it's for good, God knows, the universe knows we want to do good, we want to have a good life for ourselves, but it's like at the end of the day, he knows what's best for us. He knows what's going to make us happy. So I may want a new car, but I may not get it. I may get like a car that's more old, that's older. And turns out I end up finding more joy in that car. That car could, I'm just making a joke right now. Let's say that car can like break down in a place in the middle of nowhere, and I can end up like meeting my soulmate. Like, it's certain things like that you be like, just anything could happen. Like, you just never know. Something funny like that. But no, seriously, like, anything can happen. You just never know if you actually look into it and pay attention to the present of what's going on around you. And I could get into the whole government, blah, 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 trying to, distract us. But I'm not going to get into all that, because even that right there is distraction. Why would I speak about stuff like that don't matter and take you off the focus of the video? So instead of hearing me speak and staying in the flow of what I'm saying, what I'm about to say, now you'll probably be thinking about, oh, well, the government is doing stuff. They blah, blah, blah. Like, no. You have power. How is it the government... But in the Bible, which a lot of you believe, says that ye are gods and you have power. So it's either we're under control and there's no way out because we're in the hood, we're in the projects, or it's that we are above and not beneath. Pick one. Because a lot of y'all got these crosses, necklaces. A lot of y'all got these tattoos, claiming you hard, trusting God, fear no man, all these Bible verses, but you don't live a shit of it. So, run me that. Run me that. That don't even make sense. But again, so caught up into trying to do this, trying to do that you don't even know what you're doing. Like a lot of people that do tarot readings and using their psychic powers. And it's so fun. I still have not yet, in real life, met a spiritual person that is like genuine. And when I say spiritual person, I mean like someone who like does like tarot and stuff. And you know what I'm realizing now? I don't think I ever will, because even myself, we all have defects. and nobody is perfect. So it's like I think here's the problem. I think here's the problem when people decide that they want to be live this so-called spiritual, very spiritual life. They want to show people that they're spiritual. You do that so much, you try to put out an image of who you want to be, but you forget that the image of who you already are, unconditional, your unconditional lifestyle is showing more than who you want to be, because you done forgot who you really are, to the point that you can't even like transform yourself. You done forgot who you are, and automatically trying to jump into who you want to be. But how are you going to fit who when you don't even know the essence of who is? So I'm gonna break it down, okay? I want to be a lawyer, but I don't know. I'm unaware that I don't know the steps to becoming a lawyer. I'm unaware that I don't know the laws. So, but I want to be a lawyer. I want to go to school now, and I want to take somebody to court and I want to defend them. Or I want to go to school right now. Let's say I want to go to school for law and I want to take the course, but I don't know that I don't have an interest of staying in school for long periods of time. I just know what I want. So I go to school and I can't focus, I can't focus, ADHD or whatever, and I end up dropping out because I don't fucking know myself. I just know what I want to do. So before I become a lawyer, before you become a lawyer, you need to learn who you are. If you cannot focus, you need to learn how to focus. And then after you learn how to focus, you need to learn how to go to school. After you learn how to go to school, you need to learn the shit in school. After you learn shit in school, you can be a lawyer. But you see those many steps, but you just jumped all the way across the fucking map. A lot of us do that. We all do that all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Hell, some of y'all get up and don't even brush your teeth and just walk out the door. I've never seen it. But now when I really sit and think about it, shit happens a lot. I've done it a couple times. You wouldn't never be able to tell. But nah, for real, that was like, type shit. That was whatever. Young. I'm lying, no, for real. Anyways, because y'all not have to be on my ass. I bet you'll never find my breath stinking. I promise you that. Anyways, yeah, because I didn't went off topic. I just see it so much. It bothers me when people think that they're like living a lifestyle that's like so spectacular and really not doing anything spectacular. For example, I'm not gonna call this person out, but co-worker, spiritual, all that jazz. But certain things, I remember, I'll tell you this example. I was talking with a manager, and if you know me, I'm known to bust my ass and etc. And I think I was talking to my manager. I'm sorry, a friend had pulled up. Anyway, I was talking to my manager, and he had told me, he was like, look at him, look. Okay, I thought she was gonna speak. You're gonna see her in the background if she gets in the camera. Yeah, there she is. But anyway, my manager was like, hey, I see you putting in a lot of hours, I see you working hard. And he was telling other coworkers that. And the girl, who was also claimed to be spiritual, she brought her tarot cards to work and everything, did a whole reading in the shop. Whole reading. After he was bragging, and that's the thing, I think that's my fault, because I always used to hate when people try to boast me in front of other people, because I would get scared, and I hated that, because I knew that the other person, or I figured the other person would do something or put some type of energy out that I was going to fucking feel regardless, and it would not be good. Hate or envy for no fucking reason. I'm like, what the fuck? Damn, I wanted to be a friend, and now I felt this energy off of you, or I just peeped some shady shit. But unfortunately, we have to see these things so we can know who we really need to be around. So, anyways, moving forward, he told her, look at Q. He's putting in them hours, getting that money on the off day. This bitch told him, and the little nice ones, they be like smiling 24/7. They put on this super nice front, like do no wrong type. The fakest ones you'll ever meet in life. I swear to God, I've seen them all. Like, I've seen them all. This bitch told him, "Oh, I do that every day." Bitch, what? What? You are so disrespectful. You are not only are you disrespectful, you are a clown. I would not even form a business around that type of energy. Imagine, see, this is how I look at it. Imagine running a business. Cause the type of person I am, if it was the other shoe on the other foot, I would not have got the same reaction. If I know I work hard, I bust my ass, and I've been definitely learning this like strongly lately. If I know myself that I've been busting my ass and somebody else comes up to me and say, "Oh, I've been doing this, I've been busting my ass," like, I don't think the right thing to do would be, I've been doing that for a long time. And I definitely been like, I had my share of humble moments. But it's just like inside, like, I would not do that. I would not put my achievements over someone else's. And I paused for a moment when I said humble, because I think I'd done it before. But look, I didn't do it intentionally. I was working at this other job. It was another fast food. And mind you, I came from a job that was making $22 an hour. It's not shit, but it's just money. Money is money. So I then transitioned, left that job, $22 an hour, went to a job where they put me at $10 an hour. Big drop, right? And people there, of course, they were used to making that minimum wage. So the guy was about to leave, and he said, "Well, I might get up out of here. They paying me $16 an hour." Happy. And I said, what did I say? I said, "Yeah, man." I just left a job making $22 an hour. And I noticed his energy was like literally, I saw his energy just shifted. Like, okay. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, fuck you too then. But it's like, I wasn't saying it like that. See, when you communicate with me, I expect to have a communication. If you felt like I was, I don't know. I mean, I definitely could have said it another way, but see, I know myself. When I said I just left a job that makes $22 an hour, I was saying it as like, I knew reason I left the job making $22 an hour because I didn't feel fulfilled there. I didn't want to work there. And that me not caring about, the money and everything, I care more about my peace. That's why I left. So I could be in an environment where I could focus on me and myself. I wasn't saying it in a way where, oh, you going to make 16? Where I just left one making 20, 22. And I came back here to work with you. No. That is not, I don't talk like that. I don't, it may have came off like that, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I would assume that conversation, was to keep talking, because what I actually look forward to him saying something, and I was gonna respond and explain, yeah, man, like, money ain't everything. Like, I'm viewing us on the same level. Like, I'm actually trying to find like a form. I was actually trying to find a form of relation. Like, you saying you leaving this job to go somewhere else, make more money. Hey, man, I just left a job, come here. Like, we're both transitioning. I'm coming down a couple dollars. You going up. Like, I don't know, man. It was just crazy. But I definitely could have been the person I could have said, hey, man, I wasn't trying to like down you or anything. But I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe that's just me. Like, of course, right now I don't communicate with him. So it's probably, of course, it just wasn't meant for me to be buddy with old dude. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't be. It was just a time in the moment. I can say right now, I definitely know better. You know, watch how you say certain things and everything. But it doesn't take away the fact that intentionally, of course, and I never will again. You know, I would never want to down somebody. But again, that actually brings back to the point of thinking about being present. If I continue to like overlook that situation, I could have definitely kept saying things that probably did offend a lot of people. And like this bitch who's like way older than me, I'm 23, saying shit, supposed to be a manager. You supposed to be in the top position. You got a crew member that's getting congratulated on working hard, and you still feel so insecure that you want to put your winnings over somebody else, over them. Nobody gives a fuck about how hard you work if the shit don't even show. You still living paycheck to paycheck, bitch. You still working in fucking fast food. Ain't shit wrong with no fucking fast food, because I just said I was fucking working there. But let's be real, you were in the same position. I could see if you was living in fucking Alaska, Hawaii, or some shit on the fucking islands, you know, and not having to work, or, you know, living that American dream, like what the fuck you want to call it. Like, I don't know what, you know, your type of happiness looks like. But it's not like you live in it. Because if you was, you wouldn't be talking like that. If it was, if you were, you wouldn't have the need to project your achievements over someone else's. So, you know, you can only be humble for so long. And this is my version of me just like taking that humbleness down, because I've done it for a long time. But I feel like now my perspective is getting more clear, so I can actually project my responses in the right way, like on this video, and seeing my reflection in other people that I don't want to be like, you know, or who I do want to be like, you know, and take those attributes, see how much I can take from others, and then mold myself, because I'm learning about who I am, and I know who I want to be. But before I get there, I have to know who I am, transform myself in the process, and then I can get there. Same thing with you. Take as much as you can from other people. That don't mean rob. Don't be out there robbing motherfuckers, okay? No. Knowledge, experience, lessons, wisdom, good and bad. You can learn a lot of shit from a lot of motherfucking people. I promise you can. And oh my God, I feel so grateful and so blessed to even be in a position like this where I can wind down and actually accumulate all this knowledge and still be calm without having to be in a fucking insane asylum or out here in the streets screaming, you know, we are all guys, you know, and causing all this uproar, making all these enemies and everything. And to the point that I'm wondering, why is life against me? And you know, and I'm sorry, I had to speak on that too. I don't understand. I don't get into all that conspiracy shit. I've been there, done that. You know, the whole, oh, I'm Jesus, you know, blah blah blah. But again, when you go through experiences, experience it, and actually, instead of trying to move to the next chapter, experience it and see what was in the experience. And what I've learned is that shit is not that damn serious. People gonna do what they want to do. If you got a belief, you got a belief system, cool, believe it. If you want to preach it, preach it. But don't try to shove it down somebody's throat. Your flock will come to you if it's meant for them to. And the ones that's not meant to, don't jump down their throats. Don't ridicule them. Don't talk about them. Stay in your fucking lane, ho. Because that is how peace is accumulated. That is how everyone in this world can live a high vibrational life, because everyone is in their own beliefs, their own peace, or in their own groups, in their own peace, and they still respect, everybody still respects one another. So I'm not going to get into all that, you know, mass teachings about spirituality, we are guys, we own the world. Somebody took black people. Like, I'm not finna get into all that, cause that right there is a distraction. Cause I thought the goal was love. So why are you trying to make enemies of someone else? Leave the past in the fucking past. Move forward. I'm sorry, it happened. It happened. You gonna be mad? You gonna move forward? Peace.